back this up real quick. Shoot you a message, let you know I had to restart the stream. Okay. So, I don't know if that's you in there, Ricardo, but if you noticed, now that I reloaded the game, I'm back at the boss I just fought. And if I go back to town... Actually, you know what? I am going to test something real quick. Yeah, so essentially you're getting to craft, you're attempting to craft the item and see what stats you get, and then you just roll your save back to the save. Trying to see, there's got to be a save point here. Okay, here we go. So what I'll try to do is go back to the main menu and show you exactly what it is that I did. Assuming that this doesn't do what I think it's going to do. Let's see. Save in data. Okay, beautiful. That's all I want. I want it to save data. So you don't even have to close the game. You just have to go back to the spot, save, and return to the login screen. Kind of trying to watch to make sure it doesn't like lock my screen out from the stream, which it shouldn't do. Okay, yeah. So instead of going to continue, you would go down to recovery tool, and the third here, load quest save. And that'll take you right back to the last time you did a quest save. And yes, you can use that to essentially craft items infinitely with the materials you have until you get really good rolls. Now, what we were able to do back before, the other glitch, which was broken as all get out, you would select an item. So let's just say, for instance, you have the items to craft the cape, right? The, what is it called? Sirloin cape. Better yet, okay, Bangle of Premonition. Let's say you can craft the Bangle of Premonition, right? You have the items to do that. What you would do is you would press X on this item and it'd be like, hey, are you sure you want to craft this? Yes or no. And there in the yes or no screen, you could press up and down on the D-pad and you could pick, say, the sword and press X, and it would use the materials. It would use the materials for the Bangle of Premonition to craft the sword. So essentially, you could infinitely craft stuff. But here's the other trick. Let's say the Bangle of Premonition did not use the same materials, any of the same materials as the sword. You could craft the sword for 0 Shiva and 0 materials. It would cost you literally nothing. And you would just craft the sword and craft the sword and craft the sword. And I'm going to be honest with you, Ricardo, I did do that. And after crafting 700 of these swords, 700 of these galactic jewels, I shit you not, 700. These are the 2 best I got. So, if you want to go insane doing this crafting trick, be my guest. I would recommend, though, that you do at least try to craft 1 or 2 of these swords, just so that they do have decent stats in them. You know, even if it's only 25 strength and 25 dexterity, that's going to be better than what you have. Take it. You know what I mean? So try to get them as high as you can, because really these are just temporary swords until you can get really good Skyrens. Yeah, go kick their butts. But also remember too that your level makes a big difference. if you are below the level, if you are a lower level, if you are I can't talk. If your level is lower than that of the enemy is going to deal more damage and do more damage. They have higher, you know, defense levels, attack levels, and stuff like that. So you have to really think ahead. Like one of the debuffs I use when I'm fighting high level enemies is to lower their attack and defense level by -7. Makes it so that when the enemy attacks me, I don't get knocked out of my combo, and it also makes it so that when I'm attacking the enemy, I can make them jump around and interrupt their attacks. The same way when you're sitting there swinging like this, and an enemy hits you and it stops you mid-swing, you can do the same thing to bosses. But your attack level needs to be higher than their defense level, and vice versa. I do like that they added a more in-depth combat system than they did in like Hollow Realization, where it was just like, alright, smash square as fast as you can. Well, the combat system is going to be a bit more unique until we're all like level 300 or level 999, then we just face roll the whole game. No, you do not have to defeat the clamps. Those are completely separate. You just have to kill the 5 or the 7 bosses that are linked to that divine beast. And if you are ever wondering, actually, you know what? I will pull up the website and I will link it in chat. It has a list of every divine beast, what materials they drop, what weapons they drop, what enemies you have to kill to spawn them. No, you don't have to kill clamps. Like, look, the clamp right here, I didn't kill that clamp. See, he's, where is he? There he is. See, there's the big old clamp over there. And then you see all the little purple things, clamps. This area is directly linked to the praying mantis boss, which if I go over here is going to be up and ready. It doesn't always show that the divine beast is there on your map. Sometimes you have to walk close by for it to register the gold mark. The final clamp? I actually thought I had to kill all of them, so I've killed the clamps in every map. All of them. I've killed them all. It really does not do anything. Every once in a while, the big, huge clamp will give you like an incarnation shot, an incarnation. Yeah, see, he's right here now. Actually, I think that's all they drop is incarnations. Pretty sure. See, there should be 3 and then a clamp here, so we can test it. Or do you mean the little thing in North Centauria where you go through all the floors and have to fight all the clamps? Is that what you mean by final clamp? say, I'm almost positive it's just for shard. For items. We'll find out. Clam Reborn. Clam Reborn. Hold on. Hold on. Now I gotta go through all my quests and look. Alright, let's see. Clam Reborn. What? Ricardo, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't see a Clam Reborn quest anywhere. Unless, is that, okay, these are these. Okay, I see what you're talking about. You do not have to do those. These are not required. This Clamp Reborn, you do not need that for the Divine Beast. I do recommend you go through each map though and clear out all the clamps. They just respawn anyways, but you can get some pretty decent incarnations from it. Again, incarnations are the little items that go into that empty slot on your armor. Some of those are very good. So no, you do not need to kill the clamp cluster to fight the Divine Beast. Unless said clamp cluster happens to be in your way, then you can, by all means, destroy it. There is one clamp cluster, I think it's in the last area you go to for the storyline. In the Eastern Empire. There's one there that if you're not quick enough, it aggroes onto you, and then after you destroy the beast, you end up having to kill you either have to run 100 dang miles away to get rid of its attention, or kill it. Well, remember too, it's not necessarily every boss on that map. Some maps, or some Divine Beasts have 3 maps you have to kill them on, some have 2. I think there's only 3 Divine Beasts that require you to kill bosses on 3 maps. The rest are only just 2. Give me just 1 second and I'm going to link you to that, give you a link to that web page. Because then this way, if you're just trying to craft a specific weapon and you don't want to have to go around and kill monsters you don't, or kill Divine Beasts you don't need, this is perfect. Voin Beast drops. Here we go. Copy and paste. Oh yeah, bro, they got some levels on them. So if you go to that web address I put in, that'll show you every Divine Beast, where they spawn, what they drop, what materials they drop, what weapons they drop, and what enemies what bosses you have to kill to spawn him, or to spawn said divine beast. I think it's here. No, where is that butt munch at? Oh, green belt. Nope, that's the whale. No. I didn't think there was a divine beast here, but maybe there is. Double check. They're hard. Try leveling up some and then fighting it again. I guess there is a divine beast here. Yeah, this is the one. Hey, you tried. You did better than my friend Jordan did. He won't even try to fight the divine beast. He'll just be like, Richie, come help me kill this. And I'll be like, dude, have you tried to kill it by yourself? Well, no, but... And his character is almost as... He's got really good gear, so he can easily kill them. He's just scared. For you, I would try fighting other monsters. Try to find some sort of armor to help you out. Armor, weapons, whatever. Yeah. I mean, if it's got stats in it, it's good. That's the way I look at it. Strength, dexterity, agility. If it's got one of those three, it's your friend. Come on, buddy. Where you at? There he is. So, yeah, low-level gear can be good gear. You can really make anything work. That's your best bet. Farm the normal bosses for the time being. Trying to think of which ones drop swords. I mean, that one drops a sword. The Void Eater is a sword, but... yeah, you're gonna have a hard time killing this dude. That Divine Beast can just kiss my butt. I hate him so much. Okay, so... for a decent sword, you're gonna go to Treatise Pass. That is the last map you went to. The problem with swords is there's not a lot of them. I mean, there is, but there isn't. Most swords are crafted, not dropped. Now, killing bosses, just random map bosses, dude, you'll get bows, daggers, whips up the butt. Swords, not so much. Right here is a pretty good sword. It only has strength, but that's fine. Strength does mean damage, so... right now you just need something to get you by. Now I can tell you a little trick for killing these guys. It's actually very simple. If it tells you to use a sacred art, use a sacred art. If it tells you to use a skill, use a skill. And then immediately block. See if I can get them to do it. Hold on. Are you going to do Hex? Hex? Okay, yeah, so he wants me to do a sword skill. So, sword skill, block. Or you get knocked up into the air like I just did. This guy can be a pain in the butt, so just be forewarned. He is annoying. He's only level 60. If you start to get overwhelmed, you just jump back out of the cave. You know, right here, untarget him and just jump back up. And then once you're about right here, he'll reset. Disappear. It's either that or use something other than swords until you get good swords, which is not fun. Now, what rolls did I get on that one? I mean, it's not horrible. What is Inferno? Okay, so HP recovery. I mean, heck, you might be better off with a Soul Reaver. Yeah, because it's dexterity. Craft yourself 2 Soul Reavers. And keep in mind that once you equip a new one-handed sword, it's going to have way lower damage. Because it's not bonded. So if you look below the weapon right here, there's a green bar with my name under it. That's the weapon bond. When your bond is maxed out, you do a lot more damage. I should be able to use an example here. Let's see. This one's bound to me. This one's bound to... okay. So just look, okay? These are both the exact same bow, right? The Kaku bow. This one is the one my main character was using. 296 damage, 554 attack, 298 accuracy. Not bad. Now let's go to the bow that she has a full bond with. 439 damage, 610 attack, 800 or 284 accuracy. So by maxing the bond out, you do twice as much damage with that weapon. And remember, damage is skill damage. Higher your damage, that's not going to affect your normal attacks, only your weapon skills. And then kind of go through and look at your passives. How do you want to build your character? You know, crit power is really good. Rule by strong, really good. I could probably get away without using Body of the Devourer, but I like it. Plus accuracy 10%. Which I really do not need because I'm not farming those guys right now. What do I want to stick in instead of accuracy? Defense. It's not a bad idea. Granted, they stay hazarded long enough as it is. I guess I really don't need to stick anything in there right now, but oh. I do not need accuracy right now. Anywho, where was I? Oh, that's right, I gotta go back here and kill Respawn Divine Beasts. One is over here. Sup, Melissa? That you, Lily? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that that's Lily. Yeah, come on, Frog. Come on, Frog. Now your mom's using your PlayStation? That sucks. Guy's name is Jason, by the way. Oh. But you got my hopes up. Because I've been streaming for like 3 hours because a friend of mine was like, you haven't streamed Sword Art Online or Alicization since the first DLC. So I'm like, okay, I'll stream it. And then she never joined the stream. So I'm like, you know what? Next time you tell me to stream DLC, Lily, it's not happening. But from Melissa to Jason, that is a big curve, bro. Like, it's kind of sus, man. Kind of sus. You sound scary. No, not really. I mean, if you consider if you consider a dude who's 6'1" and 182 pounds terrifying, then by all means. But I just call people like that Skeletor or string beans. Oh no. Oh no. Well, there's only one way down. Ah. No, I sound scary probably because that's what happens when you smoke cigarettes for 25 years. You get a raspy voice. Don't do drugs, kids. Stay in school, drink your fucking milk, do your homework. Whatever happened to those commercials, man? Get like Andre the Giant come on, yell at you about not doing your homework, talking back to your parents. Where in the hell? Dude, it's all the way... Oh, it's all the way up top and I just jumped down. Gosh, dang it. Now, you may not be that tall, Jason, but you could probably flex me. Don't lie. One of your arms probably weighs as much as my entire body. Whenever I'm asked if I even lift, bro, I have to tell them no. I do not lift. I push buttons on a controller. Just like at work, I push buttons on a computer screen. It really does feel like they nerfed movement speed. Like, it's subtle, but jeez, oh Pete. Up, up, up. That is up to you, man. I mean, the base story, if you play light mode, I guess you could knock it out really fast and get to past the story, but right now we're waiting for the 4th free DLC before we get the actual first paid DLC, which is going to give a new area, new region, new maps and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's worth it if it's on sale. That's what I always tell people, like, always wait until there's a sale for the game if you're buying it digitally. Your arms are like so... I can't even... Dude, I'm so fucking dumb, I can't even read that. Soldiers. His arms are like soldiers. That's what my brain read. Each arm is a one nation army. Alright. Where... I don't know what maps this is connected to. I need my resource. Better yet, I'll just walk over here and check. It is. There is online features. It's more online co-op than anything. Which, when you start dealing with like the extreme dungeons that require an obscene amount of accuracy, and by obscene I mean like 600-700 accuracy just to hit trash mobs, and you're struggling to break 400 accuracy, it's like, yeah, let's team up, let's just go murder stuff. But I mean, there is no requirement to go online whatsoever. It's funner. I mean, it ain't no, it's not no GGO where you can run around and kill other people, but it's still fun. I do kind of hope they do add a PvP to it at some point, but at the same time, I kind of hope that they don't, because, I mean, you're dealing with people like Ricardo here, where he stepped away from the game after the first month or so of playing it, and now his gear and stuff is so far behind. If he got thrown into a 5-man free-for-all PvP match, he's going to get obliterated in 2 hits. That's really not fair. So if they do add PvP, like way later, but I would definitely take some more multiplayer content. I wouldn't even mind like online exclusive dungeons that can only be done in an online game. Where in the world is the stone? There it is. I ran right past it. The DLC? You don't have to download. Like, there is no DLCs for you to physically click on. When the game updates, it will, as it updates, so 4.1 or 1.41 is DLC 3. That's the 3rd DLC. So all you do is you download the game, install it, launch it. Oh, where can you find it? Sorry, Ricardo, I'm being a retard. The DLC, you've already beat the main game, yes? Well, you've had to have if you got the Mirage Blade. Make sure Cardinal is not in your party, and then go find Cardinal in Central Centauria and talk to her. And that should initiate the quest to begin the DLC. Meldina Christ Cove. Okay. The water. Christ Cove. Yep. So go back to Central Centauria. Make sure, remove everybody. Just take everyone out of your party. So it's just you, just your character. My characters are naked? Oh, Liz has got a swimsuit on. It's kind of sus. Hey, at least it's not little boys running around half naked, alright? God, man, if that was the case, I'd be working on getting my theologian degree, being a preacher, you know. God loves all people, especially the little boys. And then this is where the Catholic Church strikes down my video. They're like, he made a pedophile joke about us. It's not a joke if it's true, asshole. Where? Is he like all the way up top? He is all the way up top. This guy is like king of the mountain. Sorry. So, Jason, I have a very effed up sense of humor. I apologize in advance. And if I offend you, I'm not sorry, because I'm offended that you're offended, so checkmate. But no, here's a good comeback for you if you're ever stuck in this situation where somebody's like, I'm offended you didn't use my pronoun. You look them dead in the face and say, I'm offended that you're trying to force me to use unrealistic pronouns. Now we're both offended. Checkmate. Makes people's brain do cartwheels. No, what's kind of sus is that I can't jump. There we go. Ooh. Bunch of dead people, maybe? Are these like the Moa heads? Yeah, they kind of are. Like really small Moa heads. She should be over in like the tented area where all the desks and stuff are. Unless you've already started, like, so once the DLC, Ricardo, once you beat the game, it should have done like a little scene where it was like, oh, ancient apostles, and it's like a little cut scene while you're sitting in Central Centauria, and then it tells you to go talk to Cardinal. And it should do that as soon as you log into the game after updating it. So like, you know, I had the game beat for months before the first free DLC, and as soon as I logged into the game and pressed continue, it popped right up and told me, oh, Ancient Apostles DLC is now available, blah, 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 blah. The problem is sometimes the Cardinal won't talk to you unless you have to remove her from party. I mean, try just sticking, what's her nuts? Sion. Just you and Sion. Go talk to her. So try by yourself and then try with just you and Sion. Because the quest itself is going to require you to go through this area with just you and Sion. But for whatever reason, people have been reporting that the quest won't initiate, or it won't even show up if you have Cardinal in your party, or if Cardinal is in any of your dungeon parties. So just make sure she's not in any of your setups anywhere. And then yes, you have to go over to the tenant area. Here, let me jump down here, cut my health, kill this thing, and I'll show you exactly where it's at, Ricardo. I can't do the quest because I've already finished the quest, but I can at least show you where they all start. Come on, dude. Come on, whale. It's a whale! No, 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 no. You don't want to go to the library. But come on, hurry yourself up, whale. There we go. Alright, give me a second, Ricardo. I'm heading over to the area where the DLC should start up at. I mean, technically, you've already started the DLC. If you've already beaten the game, you've already started the DLC. It's just a matter of figuring out where you are in the DLC in terms of what you need to do to actually progress. But you should also be able to go into your quests and actually look for it. So we'll come over here. So once you get the quest for it, you're gonna come over this way. And then as soon as you walk into this area, it should trigger a cutscene. At least if memory serves me right. Worst comes to worst, Ricardo, if you go through my videos, there's one where I'm literally doing the first DLC. Hold on. Videos, scroll back. Okay, here's the DLC. Give me just a sec. Yeah, because once you log into the game, like, there's going to be a big overlay that says Ancient Apostles. If you have the DLC, and you're going to literally have to press X to get rid of the box on your screen. And then you can begin. Scroll over. You said library. Let's see. You say, hold on, I can't see your chat, so you're gonna have to give me a minute. Alright, go back to my stream. Alright. What is the game about? It's Sword Art Online, bro. The name is pretty self-explanatory. It's a fantasy game involving swords and online stuff. Sorry, now I'm just being a total smartass. You said something about a library. Try it. You can't stream because you're not on PlayStation Plus. So, Ricardo, when you press options and go over to your quests, do you have Reaper or any of that? Like, obviously you should have like the they took our duties and then look at me, but you should also have right here, these are the reborn. This is after you've already beaten it one time and you can go refight the enemy, but you should have like the Reaper of the Woods and the Knight of something or another, something. You should have those quests somewhere on your list if you have the DLC active. Quest about C here in the library. Give it a shot. I mean, worst comes to worst, it's just going to take you into the floor 99. But yeah, try talking to her, because I do recall there being a point where you do talk to her in the library. But I thought it was just a cutscene where you get teleported there. I didn't think you physically had to travel there. So try the quest about the library, see if that does it. Now, Ricardo, your game is on version 1.41, yes? If your game is not version 1.41, you do not have access to the DLC. So you need to let your game update. That's assuming you disabled auto updates. Then, King, as of right now, this game is literally just, because we're lacking in we haven't gotten any of the paid DLC yet, and we're still, you know, the game's still less than a year old. It's pretty much just grind your head against a grind wheel and try to get good gear and good rolls on your gears until we drop more shit. Okay, so yeah, give that a shot. Try to follow through with that, see if that does it. I don't remember, dude. My buddies had quests that they had to do for their main story that I don't remember doing, so... I mean, I blew through the story in this game so damn quick. Before we had light mode and easier difficulties and the broken auto skill connect system, which is just hilarious. Because it doesn't even do anything. Well, here, we'll try for some more. Try to get more of these rings. It's showing a book. Yeah! Does the books... Hey, Ricardo, does the book say Ancient Apostles on it? I was say, when you start the first DLC, it should go to like a full-on cutscene with words. You know, you'll have entire words, like a big story scrolling across the screen, and they made it into like this huge freaking big deal, and then the boss is like, he got flexed in like 10 seconds. It's pretty pathetic. But like, King, if you're asking in terms of like, is the story part of like the Alicization and Underworld story? Yes and no. Pretty much the story is tit for tat until Kirito fights the Pontifex. Once Kirito fights the Pontifex, everything after that is an original story. He's like, no idea, it's not in English. Best reply. That is beautiful, Ricardo. Beautiful. It's about villagers. Ooh. I think so, yes. So it should start talking about like some like forest of the Lost or something like that, or Lost Woods, where it's eventually, I think, yeah, you are doing it. It's talking about villages, because one of the villages, story-wise, they like sacrifice this woman to this reaper or some shit. It was actually really messed up. So like the villagers would pick a woman to send out to the reaper. I think it's like every so many years or something like that, to pretty much, you know, keep the beast from slaughtering the whole village. We gotta sacrifice a young girl every so many years. And then you take Sion in as the wink wink sacrifice, but she's really not, and then you kick its ass. About divine beasts. So again, Ricardo, just to clarify, if you save and return to the title screen, in the bottom left-hand corner, does it say 1.41? Or do you have automatic updates disabled? The game has to be fully updated to do the DLC. But a quest about divine beasts, that's a new one. Oh, I guess the quest could always be bugged out too. I say, wait. She's talking too much. That's what Cardinal does. Cardinal talks. She is good for nothing else, if not for that. Okay, yeah, okay, so good. Your quest didn't like magically get bugged. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean, it normally only happens if you join someone else's game, but you can get like your main story bugged out. So a friend of mine, he had just beat chapter 1 and unlocked multiplayer, joined my game and I had already beaten the game, and it jumped him at level 9 all the way up to Eyes on Me, the last main story quest. So his main story is complete because he joined my game. Now Bankai says they fixed this, so it shouldn't happen anymore, but everybody knows that's that's a load of crap. I would still be very careful about that. Okay, yeah, you are 1.4. Okay, good. You got all the stuff. Let's say I wasn't trying to like harp on you. I just wanted to make sure you checked that. Like one of my friends, he couldn't do anything. Like he didn't have access to the content, but we found out that he disabled auto updates. So his game was still on like version 1.2. Yeah, you're fully updated. 1.41 is the newest update. You're good. So now you can start the DLC. The first time you fight the Reaper, it's only going to be you and Sion. And you're going to have to kill it like 4 times. And then you get Sion's new finish art, which obliterates the Reaper. Anyhow, we are going on 11 p.m. here. I am going to have to call it quits after this dungeon. At least for streaming, because I gotta be a little bit quieter as the kids and stuff will start going to bed. That is one dead spider. Come on, give me good rolls. Alright, please, RNGesus, do not totally shaft me on these. And I get totally shafted. Alright. Thank you, RNGesus. You see, you pray to RNGesus and he still screws you over, man. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I'll still be online. I just won't be in stream because I gotta, you know, I have a ridiculously loud mouth. Go get him, broccoli. So if its horns are where its eyes is, how does it see anything? Maybe he's like Toph. He senses the vibrations of the earth around him. He is a true earthbender. Oh, Ricardo, you wanna know what the other nice thing is? Go through your party list. Now that you have me on your friends list, if you go through and look, you should be able to find my character on your friends list and use it. So you'll at least have one really powerful character. I don't think you had to have played online with me. I'm pretty sure if I'm on your friends list, I should show up in your like under your list of NPCs that you can have in your party. If you keep looking down, you should be able to find my character in there somewhere. If it doesn't show up, you just save, return to title screen, and keep loading until it does. I think until you actually like take that character into town and start talking with them and build some sort of like relationship bond with them and get them above 0%, they just kind of pop in and out of your, you know, your friends list. But like here, all of these are other players. The locked ones are not other players, those are just random NPCs. So like this is one of the buddies this is one of the people I play with, you know, that I started the game with. Where is unknown? There's one of the other people I play with. So I mean, as long as you have them on your friends list, you should be able to. Well, if you look at the stream, you can see me showing you, like, that's literally somebody who's on my friends list. We play together. The only other thing it might be because you don't have PlayStation Plus, you may not have access to that per se. I don't know. But under your friends list, just kind of check back periodically. Because I know for a while, what's his name? Soji, whatever, Suji. They were on my party list all the time. I could find them. But unknown, my friend Blake, even though we had played together in games online, it took like a week before he actually just showed up on my list one time, and then I locked him in. So you can press triangle to lock and unlock people so that they can rotate out. But it, like I said, it could be because you don't have PlayStation Plus. But like I said, it's worth kind of just checking every so often. Whenever you see the game save or you see that little spinning blue wheel at the top right of your screen, go into your friends list and look. I mean, it's going to be very obvious when you're scrolling down and you just happen upon a level 90 character. It's going to be like, yeah, that stands out. I'm going to put on a different outfit. You might. It is very well possible. You know, yeah. While I'm offline tonight, people will just see a random peddler running around selling shit and murdering things with his sword. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I could always just put on, like, the lewd swimming suit for all these weirdos. Myself included, because I like the swimsuits. Now that's half naked, Jason. Look at that butt. Look at that butt. Anyways. Yep. That is perfectly fine, Ricardo. And if you need anything, just feel free to message me on PSN. I'm going to end this stream. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Look forward to talking with you and gaming with you. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.